Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed once more on this rather brisk but bright Sunday. Just give me a shout, let me know if I'm dropping any frames or if you can't hear me or anything like that. How am I coming across today? Jean Ricard, welcome in, nice to see you. Osmerica Model Railroading, that's Artie. Hello Artie. Welcome in everybody. President's XD Locomotive Shed. Howdy. And Jake and Dino and Mick and James and Anthony Dodge. Small Junction. Hello Paul. Nice to see you. Yes, it's not raining today. Still a little on the chilly side, but nothing we can't deal with. Sound is breaking up. Okay. Let's see if I can. What this might involve is just moving the PC a little bit that way. Am I still breaking up? Can you hear me okay? And pass it, that must be Charlie. Hello, Charlie. No sound. Right. Okay. Let me just check on my computer stuff. Any better now? Let's try it on 100%. How's that, folks? Can you hear me any better now? There's sound here. Andy must be at the other end. Turn on the volume, James. Okay, here. Thank you, Mick. Yeah. And how is Charlie today? Are you back in Toronto? Or are you still out there somewhere in the ether? Alan Reynolds, right? Okay, yes, I've boosted it up a bit, so I seem to be just a little far down though. That's better. Yes, I can see my little bars dancing across the bottom there. So at least sound and picture all okay now. Excellent. Okay, thanks Dino. Yes, and in a packed program today, we have Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, a railway that is no more and died out quite a while ago, but left a legacy behind it of very pleasantly coloured rolling stock and particularly locomotives with this, let's see, there it is. Right, well that one looks a little more black than the others, but the one coming around, which I think is the 2P, no, it's not the 2P. I can't remember what it is actually. But I think it's the same one that James has got. And some Blazy. Hello, Roger. Nice to see you. I know we were just discussing that yesterday. But it's in this lovely Prussian blue colour, which they were, I suppose it was the colours of their railway. So Somerset and Dorset, yes, it died out. I think it went passenger finished in 1950s, something like that. And I think the freight went on to the 60s where the railway just went into dissolution and they started tearing up bits of track and things like that. It is actually the location where they filmed the Titfield Thunderbolt. That was actually done on the, it wasn't abandoned at that stage, but it was freight only by the time they came to make that film. And that's where they made it. It was actually on part of the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of history there. Now it's completely finished, but the models live on in their very nice Prussian blue colour. Partick Hill Station It got cold the last couple of nights, but the snow stayed well north of us. Yeah, you could do with that, Anthony. Oh dear. I know there's various places, particularly where James is in Canada, which have had a couple of feet of snow, things like that, which is unreal this time of the year. But hey ho. Yes. How can I find out what that is? All the boxes are hidden under there somewhere. Forgive me a moment. It's what's this? Not one. That's a 2p. It's a glass. 4F. I think. 4F. Could be. I can't remember. I really can't. So I just jammed everything we got in the way of Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway stock on here. Literally everything we collected over the years. Difficult to get. They didn't make too many models in these kind of peculiar colours, but when they did, you either snapped them up before everything got exhausted, or you paid the price in the second-hand market. And it was a bit of both there, because by the time we started collecting it, some of it had already come and gone. So difficult one, but a very picturesque line going roughly down in the Bath region of Somerset and places like that. Roy Dennis, hello, nice to see you. So yes, all of these locomotives on here, the entire S&DJR fleet are all DCC sound. Puts your teeth in. So as I'm just doing my spiel, I thought I'd leave the sound off, but there's Dwight Curley. Hello, Mr. Tuna Can himself. Nice to see you. Hillcrest Hall. Hi there. And Moneybrook Junction. Hello, Mark. I attempted soldering on my live stream yesterday. Engaged track droppers. Yeah, that's really tough to do. You don't have a great deal of room, and you're going to melt some plastic. I suppose the only way around that is if you've got flexible track and you can actually cut it and move it apart, and then solder it and move it back together. That's all I can think of for that one. It's difficult enough on HO00 track, but N scale is literally half the size, so it's difficult. But as we've seen, not impossible. So I think young Ricardo had a bit of a bad night because he just arrived back home about 7 this morning. So he's in the land of slumber at the moment, trying to catch up on some Z's. So I think it was a full night out on the tracks. So I bet he's glad to see his bed. So I'm leaving him in peace. Doggie's quite happy. She's got a bowl of food and the run of the house, so it should be all right. It's nice here today. No air conditioning or heater. Oh, so you must be in that very temperate phase between too hot and too cold. So Australia, yeah, tricky place. Very hot in places and times. So I gather for you most of the big bad summer, which we have in the winter months, is on the wane now. You can hear now. Oh, that's great, James. So glad. Yeah, great live stream yesterday. Quite unexpected that you went on for 5 or 6 hours, but I tried to stay with it as much as I could. But yeah, yes, I think Artie's got quite a pleasant time of the year now. Well, make the most of it. Shoulder as much as your shoulder can do anyway. Yes, so Somerset and Dorset. I'll just give you a little flavour of the sounds. I think I think that one is a 3F. I think that's a 3F. Fowler 3F. I think. Why is a freight engine, pulling a big, long passenger train? Rule one. Right. Let's try a little sound. Maybe a whistle. Mm-hmm. It's your railroad, Andy. Absolutely true. Hi, and good afternoon to you. Not just rule one, also S&DJR inclines. Well, the Somerset and Dorset did have inclines, and there were some of those engines that really did struggle because there was coalfields down in Somerset, as we'll see with some of the trains I've got here. But have you decided if you're going to the NEC show next month? Probably not, Tim. It wasn't really on my radar. And as it's going to be not just trains, it's going to be a mixed bag. Probably not. The NEC is a bit tough for us to get to if I don't have the car, because we've got to get across then to the Euston line, which is quite difficult. I don't really want to go all the way into King's Cross, get a tube train over to Euston and then back up out of London. It's a shame there's not just a direct line across, but there isn't. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, good afternoon to you. Nice to see you. Ammo Point, welcome in. Nice to see you. Just running a little Somerset and Dorset joint railway today. The Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway was, I think, mostly funded by the LMS, London Midlands and Scottish. Strange, but true. So lots of the LMS rolling stock made its way over to Somerset and Dorset. Why it wasn't affiliated with the Great Western Railway, I really don't know. There must have been something there. Raised $67 for the breakfast program yesterday. That's excellent news. Well done, James. I'm sure Canada is proud of you, as we are. There you go. Warm up here. Now you're Buffalo and Pittsburgh. You're up in Scotland, so if it's warm up there, it says volumes for the rest of the country if Scotland's warm. So yeah, that's good. And the warmer you get, the warmer we get. So yeah, for a change, yeah. But it has been the weather has been variable. Sun's out at the moment, but it doesn't mean anything if you've got a sharp breeze there. As soon as you duck into the shade, you really know it's what time of year it is. But let's just pop that one off. And then I will recall around to number 88, which is that freight locomotive there. And let's see what the sound's like. Uh-huh. That sounds a little more businesslike. This is, I believe, an 8F. And that's a 280 wheel configuration. Whistle. That's brake. I hope you can all hear that. Kill the sound. Hey, there we go. So yes, they do have DCC. Sound okay? Oh, good. That's great. Yeah. Sounds like a 3-cylinder. It could well be. I'm not sure of the wheel configuration, the cylinder configuration on that. Yeah, you've stumped me there, Ivo. Talk about being unprepared. Well, I suppose I could have got the history book out, but or I could read it off the box. But usually I'm the one that unboxes, so I'll put the boxes in order that I can find them. But Richard did his stuff, and the boxes are all down yonder somewhere. Roger's going to be right back. Lashenda West, that's Wesley. Hello there. Doing well, thank you very much. Hope everything there is good too. Simon, SJ Trainwell, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Well, I hope, like, or unlike Ivo, that it's not persistently raining on you at the moment. Yeah, all good, Wesley, thank you. Yeah, I believe the continent does have a bit of rain at the moment. Yeah, so this is Somerset and Dorset. So I'll have a swift change of train now, and we'll get something else out. Nice to see you. Not as short as last night. Last night, what was I doing last night? That's got me. What was I doing last night? I think I was out here preparing, actually. And right. Okay. One of the things I bought from the model railway exhibition at, I wonder what it was sticking in me. There's a little bit of metal there. All right. I know what I was using that for. One of the things I picked up at Alexandra Palace was this little machine over here. Give me a second. This one. Right, let's just bring it up a little closer. Union Pacific. It's a Baldwin 460, a 10-wheeler. It said on the box, undecorated, but somebody has gone to the trouble. Let me just grab it in a little different position, of weathering the little beastie. So it is weathered, but headlight wasn't working, and the pilot on the front was the British version of pissed. So rather than the American version, which means pissed off, this was decidedly wonky, on the piss, as we call it, inebriated, drunk. So there was an awful lot of CA there. It had been removed and put back on really badly. So I spent a couple of hours getting that set. And then you know how things are. One thing leads to another. I did find on the Miracle of YouTube somebody who'd done a complete strip down of a Baldwin 460, like very much like that, and took out all the necessary screws, and he said, right, just grab it here and it should lift out. Well, mine didn't, but at least as the chassis came away from the body, I could see where the join was between the two, which gave me a point where I could use a little fulcrum and just separate the two, and that's all it really took. So that was a really invaluable video record of somebody ripping one of those apart, and that did help no end. I checked it all out with the meter, and just to actually prove I've got one, here it is. It's a clock, digital multimeter, looking like that. As it's usually set on ohms with the little dancing sound, and it will do DC volts, AC amps, and I believe there's also a little tester on there for transistor type circuits, collector base emitter type of things, and also PNP or NPN. And I believe you can also do capacitance on this as well, but I've never done that. Never had to, really. If I suspected there was a capacitor that had gone short circuit, then it would have been out and replaced. So and that does happen quite a bit with lots and lots of electronic equipment. One of the first things that will go or get old is the capacitors. They may start leaking, or you'll get a dead short across them. So you're getting shorts everywhere then. It's just one of the little wrinkles, if you like, of electronics. Circuit diagrams and bits and pieces that you pick up over the years. And I suppose as I worked in an electronics factory doing troubleshooting, I picked it up, and yeah, it's one of the first things I look for, a dodgy capacitor, particularly if you've got electrolyte coming out of it. When one of them actually goes bang, you get this horrible fishy resin kind of smell that comes with it. Lots of blue smoke, and particularly the old paper capacitors, they used to have between the plates, they would have layers of paper, and if you reverse the polarity on it and turn the voltage up, bang, they would literally, bits of paper flying in the air. Really incredible. Andy, I have you an email you can look at later. Okay. Well, my email's on my main page. If you're looking for it, there's a little tiny arrow, which under your channel description, they've put it, all you do is click on that little arrow type thing and it expands. So does anybody here have the new Hornby APT? No. I was running a power car and all of a sudden it just dropped in speed. It still works, but only crawls slowly. It is DCC. Crumbs, what can that be? Only goes slowly. Could be, I know we've just touched on this, but it could be the capacitor on the way out. The motor has got a capacitor or a set of capacitors across it, and they have been known to give trouble on the APT to the point where they get so hot that they're melting a hole in the roof. It might be an idea, if that is still attached, to cut it off the motor, because you won't use that capacitor. You only use that with DC, and it just goes across the motor, just as radio interference, and it also prevents arcing on the brushes. That's the theory. As soon as you put a DCC chip in it, cut them off. So that may well be the source of the problem. If that capacitor is breaking down, and a lot of it did on those, yeah, that would be a good place to start. Yeah, remove that capacitor. Just you only have to cut one leg. That's all you'd have to do, and just move it aside or cut it out completely. That's a good place to start. And then what I would do is take out the DCC, disconnect the DCC chip, put back in the blanking plate, and test it on DC, just DC. If you haven't got a DC controller, just get a 9-volt battery, pop it across the track. Ding! Lots of people take these to model shows with them, just as a little tester. But a lot of model shows, particularly the bigger ones now, they have test tracks, which are free to use, or you can give them a little donation. So you can go and buy a model, take it over to the test track. They will unbox it, put it on the track, probably ask you if it's DC or DCC, and they'll proceed to test it. So, which is a good thing. Yeah. Artie's got to head off. Okay, thanks for coming in, Artie. Always appreciated. You have some good luck out there, man. The Closet Branch. I'd like to say hello to Andy's and the other club member, Richard. Yeah, it's a two-man club. Yeah, I don't operate well in the club atmosphere. There's too many heads and too many ideas, and then there's always somebody with a soapbox to jump on, and I want to do it this way. And yeah, there's lots of points of view that get in the way, and of course then you start compromising, and I don't like to compromise. I like to do it a certain way. Here's my start point, there's my finish point, let's just go for it. Yeah, a lone wolf. Not a complete lone wolf. If I get stuck, I'm not backwards in coming forwards and asking for help. Okay, Charlie, take care, my man. You have some good luck out there. I hope you haven't got snowed in. Yeah, I've been in club atmospheres, and I've seen things go on behind the scenes, and I thought, oh, that's ugly. And model making and hobbies are not supposed to be ugly. They're supposed to be enjoyable and fun. So, yeah, I'm better off away from arguments and spiky behaviour. I can always argue with myself, and then I'll always come out on top. Well, one of us will. Yeah. Split personality. I'm bipolar. Yes. Am I? Of course you are. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm going to bring that one off, and we'll bring out something else. Right. Got to slow this one down. What number? 58. I don't want him hitting the buffers, as he's going to do. All right. Okay, now, shall I isolate that one? I don't need to, really. Let's go for number 44. I'll change the points. Over and over. Let's get rid of that. Go on recall to 44. Select reverse, and off we go. Let's have a little sound along with that. This is a Hornby 2P. With quite a loud whistle. She's backing out of the station. Forgive me a second. Brake. Even got a brake function on it. Brilliant. Right, we are ready. Forward. This is the Hornby 2P also in Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway colours, and the real deal. These are actually 3 Daypole Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway coaches that were specially made for footplate models in Kidderminster by Daypole. Oh, Charlestown Models. Hello, Chess. How are you, man? Good to see you. Is that a power cab? Yes, it is the Closet Branch. It definitely is. Got this back in the 90s, so it's quite vintage. I did do a chip upgrade in it, which means I've got 6 recalls instead of the old 2 that you start with. But it's been a real faithful campaigner. The only thing I've had to change is that, which does go home after a while. It gets a bit stretched and the sheathing tends to pull away. So I've put a tiny dab of super glue in there to keep the sheathing where it's supposed to be. Let's have a whistle. Perhaps a longer one. Like it, like it. Sound off. Right on. Okay. What are your plans for the layout now that spring and summer are approaching? Right, okay. Well, I don't know if you can see this or not, but right here, this one, the covers come off. That's a ground shunt signal. So after this one goes past, I'll just flick the signal and those you will see turn white, which is it that one or that one? That one. And as you can see, they have changed to the white variety on the flick of the point switch and back to red. So what you've got under there is a Pico double pole, double throw switch, which looks like this. So there's 2 micro switches on there. I mean, you could take one of them off, and literally there's two micro switches there, and as the point moves across, there's a little plastic doodah which is in there, which connects to the point motor pin, which juts down. It extends that pin literally through the 2 micro switches, so it's one way or t'other. And then the whole thing with these 4 lugs on there snaps across. Hey, here comes Richard. Oh, you've made it up. You all right? So, and the doggy. How about that? Now I can't see the chat.
I will end my own department.
Sounds like it was a rough night. Yes, so in answer to your question, yeah, I'll be doing a few more of these micro switches and some more ground shunt signals as time gives. Oh, the doggy I don't think wants to stay in. Right. The sunshine has beaten through. That's better. Choo choo. Yeah. Yeah, Richard's right behind the PC right here. I'd like to say hello to Richard.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, right here. So plans for the layout, yes. Some more little bits of signalling. Some more detail in various bits and pieces. I did get as a freebie when I was buying those ground signals, one of the little light bars that go with a buffer stop. So I got one of those, and I've popped it over yonder. I mean, you can't see it from there. Are you coming in or staying out?
Yeah, I can come in.
Yeah, let me just kill the heater. Right.
I'll put on lunch, so. In the background.
Right on.
Eating.
Right. Lunch has arrived as well, in the form of Richard's lunch, which is right here. Food. Yeah, you've got our sustenance. So Richard's right here. Say hello.
Food, mate.
Hey. Right. Yeah. The two-man club. We're both right here. I'm just going to have to move you a little bit out of the sun. Because I can't, there's so much dazzle coming in. I can't see the chat. Hi, Richard. Yeah, it's getting a bit crowded now. Silly man, yeah. Do I have any limited? Limited what, Jazz? All club members are here. Now you can start arguing like a normal train club. No, there's no arguments. There's no arguments.
Civil discussions.
How's the pup doing? Pup's down here. Right. Let's do a quick tour down. Blonde, say hello. Yeah, getting big now. Big as in big and long. So yeah, pup's doing fine, thanks. Hi. Phew. So do I have any limited? Limited what, Chaz? What's Richard eating?
Cheesy beanie bakes.
Cheesy beanie bakes. Yeah. From
Lidl.
From Lidl's, which is one of our cheaper but equally as good supermarkets. Nice. Yes. It does actually smell quite good. Unfortunately, I can't give you smelly vision. Perhaps I could next time send out some scratch and sniff cards, but does he deliver?
This isn't a Greg's, unfortunately.
Only on the railways. Yeah, so yeah, there'll be various bits and pieces that we'll be working on. So I'll give you a better look at, is that an 8F coming around?
7F.
7F. Oh, you can't get the staff. Here we go.
I need Vaseline on my lips, goddamn.
Oh, you got chapped lips.
Yeah. It was, well.
There we go.
Windy the whole night, but I was only up on bloody Wymany Bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, which is about half a mile away.
Proper local.
If I'd have known, I could have stuck my head out the window and waved.
The P-Way were re-stressing.
How fast can you deliver in Denmark? Oh, that'd take at least 2 or 3 days.
I was going to say, do they take IOC licenses?
Build a bridge, Andy. Yeah, it could do, yeah. Have a train come right through the front room. Don't like liver. There's nothing wrong with liver as long as whoever's cooking it has taken all the pipes out of it. And Chris, hello, Chris. Yeah, 7F. In very funny Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway colours. Yeah, what number was that? 88, I think it was. Yeah, here comes some sound for you. How many cylinders on that?
2?
2 cylinder?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it did sound like it was 3. But there you go. You see, we can all be wrong. So here she comes. A very long freight train. Andy, I've got 490 views from the live on Saturday. That's great, James. Yeah, well, there was lots of lots of folks popping in and popping out because it was quite a marathon. Chugga, 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 yeah. It does. It really, it's really got quite a bit of grunt around. Sounds like they got the sound from an archive recording, did they?
Probably.
Probably.
It's YouTube's.
Oh, right. It comes from a company that does DCC sound called YouTube's. And what that gives you is the ability to put in exotic whistles, various sound effects that you couldn't get on most of the usual, like Lego Man Biff, things like that. They tend to mix it up like a recipe, which is quite good because then you can get something really exotic, and to the point where you could send them a sound file and they would put it under a function for you. Ooh, yeah, it was fun running the trains most of the day. It was. Now you can actually do that, James. You've got to the point where you can run them continuously. It's great. There's model train aficionado Chris. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Oh. The doggy's got the licks. Right. Shall I bring that one off?
No.
What number is that?
44.
44. 44.
It's
2 for the break.
yeah. All of these S&DJR ones are YouTube's except for the 4F. That's Southwest Digital.
Break. Okay.
Excuse me.
Right. Let's.
I'll keep looking in the chat in the meantime.
Turn that off.
Shaka Shaka Khan. God, that was on the radio the other day. When did steam locomotives stop running as an everyday operation in the UK in the late 50s? Last steam on British Rail was 1968. You're probably looking same year, to be honest, as the final on regular services. We were very late to getting rid of our steam.
Compared to like the Americans. I'm not. 1p even for the Atlantics.
Direction.
With or without counting the Festinio? Oh, good question. Now that you've mentioned it, the Vale of Radial railway lasted into BR Double Arrows BR Blue livery, so that's at least the 80s, I guess. I suppose technically it never ended because you've got Romney Hythe and Dymchurch, which is the only miniature mainline railway in the world. So technically we've never stopped. It's just the big stuff in standard gauge stopped.
Yeah, I think most of it was gone by 67 because I don't remember seeing much of it. And then in what happened? Oh, hang on. Okay.
No, it's those points.
Okay.
Wait for the 7F to go and then throw them again.
Yeah. Woo! Yes, Dwight. James was, I think it was a 5-hour live stream yesterday. So, it was really quite something. Not what you'd expect from James, but there you go. Always the unexpected. Last steam train in Denmark ran on the 15th of May, 1970. We're also a bit late to go at a diesel. Yeah. I think mostly by 67, most of ours are gone because I don't remember seeing it. And then 1st of May 1968, the Flying Scotsman with 2 tenders came out of King's Cross, and I was there to see that. The place was absolutely heaving. But by that time, it was owned by Alan Pegler. So it was privately owned, but running on BR's rails.
Did you see, you know how, was it Pegler they put into Scotsman's firebox when they did a run up the East Coast? I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it Ian Riley? One of them, anyway.
Yeah.
They threw him into the firebox as they were going on the East Coast. His
Right.
ashes, not himself.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
On the recent Sir Nigel Brisley run, as they came out into Belle Isle, they threw the ashes of the former Top Sheds master into the.
Ooh. There's something there it don't like.
Into the firebox.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Already burnt. Let's,
It was.
sorry, Blonde.
Yeah, give it a scrub. I think that's the only thing that's bad about the 1p. It could do with a stay alive in it, but there's not really much room in there.
No, there's not much room in the 1p. Is it a 1p?
It is a 1p.
Right, track's cleaned. We'll see if that fixes it. Right, let's try the sound again. This is the little favourite engine of all of them, which is the Johnson 1P. When Bachmann produced this was just unbelievable. New Fenris Railroad. Hello, William. Nice to see you.
I'll leave it open so you can hide.
All right. Well, at least the sun's gone in now. So.
Yeah, if the sun comes back, I'll pull it too.
Right, that's coming behind you now. So try a whistle.
Do 8.
8.
Yeah.
Let's see if it makes it over the points this time, which it didn't last time. Yeah, there must have been a bit of dirt on the frog. Oh, no, it stopped.
Yep.
Somewhere different.
Nice on the same spot.
Same spot. Ooh.
Send it at a bit of a higher speed, maybe another 10 steps.
Okay. 10 more steps. Andy, sorry, that was my grandson. Okay. Does the frog have power? Yeah, well, we're just trying to establish that now. Let's put it this way, Hi, there's no wiring hanging underneath, so it's looking good. But why it's doing what it's doing, I really don't know. You have a multimeter, so check it. Yeah, that's true.
Nah, stop that.
Does the train blow its horn on its own? No, that's purely me, Dwight. I've got the little controller back here, and it's all good sound effects. Right, here it comes. It's going past you now. And will it?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, there is definitely power there. Maybe that one of the wipers is just a little shy of the wheels. As it's only got, how many pickups has that got?
I don't know if it's got pickups on the bogie, but
If it hasn't got pickups on the bogie, then it's just the 4 driving wheels which are picking up the power. So, yeah, it's not brilliant. Or the point just doesn't make good contact. Doesn't matter about the point making contact. I've wired these for DCC, so literally the the blades are linked over to the main lines. Hang on, Rich. Okay. Right. Let's just see how this does now. Have a whistle. Perhaps a wheel clean needed. Yeah, you're right, Roy. It could be. It came out of the box, went on the track. We usually do make sure they're clean.
I was
But
going to say, that 1P has had pretty dirty wheels from the factory ever since we got it.
yeah,
We got it first hand. I got it first hand.
so the Frog has separate power. Yes, hi.
It's collector's box.
Yeah, there's a switch attached to the point motor underneath, which provides the correct polarity for the Frog. So, yes, indeed. Right, what I'll do, I'll bring in the 7F and we'll pull out the Ginty. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's...
Right. 88. So, that. Normal services resumed. There we go. I flicked the wrong switch. Sorry about that. Oh, it's gone all bright again. Right, is that all set up for the point?
Come on here, yeah.
Okay, I'll just bring that one across. Right, here she comes. Oh, it's got two on already. So all I have to do is plop it down. And stop. That'll do. How's that? Not a bad bit of braking, if I say so myself. So a quick bit of shunting, and then we'll have the Ginty out. Right.
Okay.
What road code? 23. Reverse. Sound. Let's get this. Yeah, went through okay that time. Oh, there's Mark. Hello, Mark. Yes, I'm quite well, thanks, mate. Just running a little Somerset and Dorset today. But every time the sun comes out, it washes the screen out a bit and I can't see the chat. So forgive me for that. Right, let me just bring me sunshine. Oh, there's a bee in here. Get out. Go on.
Those blonde doesn't answer.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Should be able to see everything a little clearer now as it comes around. Yeah, the cover fell off for that one. I think I like it better like that. Yeah, bee. Not wasp, bee. Thank you, hi. Thinking of converting one of my eyes to DCC. Can be a bit of an expensive business, Chaz. But if you do it slowly and surely, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. I'm in North Somerset next month, going to the West Somerset Railway. Was that part of the Somerset and Dorset? Oh, Minehead. Right, no, it wasn't.
No, Somerset and Dorset was sort of, well, more
Bath.
It was more Dorset, yeah.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I found some more cows, so we can now populate that field a little more. So what we've got running now is the Johnson 1P, which will be coming from behind you. It's behind you. And the ubiquitous Ginty, which is 3F. Yep. And the 1P is pulling the Hornby coaches, which they brought out in Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway colours. Or you can put the cows in the cattle van. Yeah, could do. I think I've got a more American cattle vans than I have, or what do they call them, stock cars, than British ones, actually. Can be expensive. When they get it right, they get it right. Class 99 freight liner delivery is one of those occasions. Yeah, I did actually see those Class 90s were at, being sold off at a relatively bargain price by TMC. When they do get it right, they really do get it right. Having said that, those Hornby coaches are superb for what they are, both 6-wheel and 4-wheel. They did a really nice job of it, and it's just a shame that there's not a third iteration by Hattons, which may have seen Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway colours. What happened? Just did a...
Oh no, I turned the sound off.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, James, have a good time. I'll catch up with you soon, probably tomorrow. So take it easy, man. And IGJ Trains. Hello, Rob and Grace. Oh, there's always some home stuff to deal with. What you're seeing, Rob and Grace, is Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway today in their very fetching Prussian blue colours. TMC have had a lot of sales lately. Yeah, they seem to have taken on the mantle of Hattons, actually, to a degree, where I think they buy existing stock and flog it to bring people in. That's okay if you can sustain that, but obviously Hattons couldn't, particularly when they fell out with some of the big manufacturers. That didn't help their case much. Yeah, Bachmann, Hornby.
You know, I said all the signal identities have changed to Yankee Bravo now.
Right.
They've changed all the fucking point numbers as well.
Oh.
the P-Way lad, who was, he's back now. He's a funny guy. He was wheeling out the distance. And he went, I'm looking for 2256s. It says it on the thing, but you look at the plate on the thing, and it's like 5804. They've changed all the points.
There's nothing like it.
No.
They've completely changed the point numbers and signal numbers.
So if somebody didn't hear that, they've changed all the signal numbers and point numbers on a lot of the railway hourway, and the information that the actual engineers on the track have got doesn't bear any resemblance to what's now there.
Hmm.
So yeah, interesting. Yeah, as I was saying, I got the 4606. Oh, what a bag of nuts and bolts, but I got the headlight fixed.
460 is you pointed to 3 of them.
Yeah, that one. The new one, right. Union Pacific. Did that just go?
No, it sounded like a grinder or something.
Is there anything over there? I mean, I haven't sort of checked it.
Well, I don't know if it's just.
Have a check next time it goes round.
Yeah, all
Over
the
there.
wheels are on. I'm wondering if one of the flanges is maybe a little beep on the 6 reamers. That's all.
It could be, but Code 100 track should deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys and girls. I mean that most sincerely, folks. Huey Green. Oh, that's a bit low. That's a low blow. Howdy, folks. I'm back again. Right, I'm gonna call it there because Dave Swindon Junction will probably be coming on in around about now or in a few minutes. If he isn't, I'm not aware of that fact. So as far as I know, Dave will be on any minute now. So I'm going to make way for Dave. Thanks everybody for coming in. Makes my day having the folks along to share the event, as they say. So I'm going. I'll give you Anthony's usual goodbye, which is Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. And everyone be good out there. I will see you in the streams. Yes, bit frantic today, but so it goes. Thanks everybody for coming in. Yeah, Thomas, I'll be in touch about whatever it was you ordered. No problem with that. As soon as they send it to me, I'll send it on. So no problems, Thomas. Thanks for coming in, Martin, Dino, Ammo Point. Nice to see you. We'll catch you next week, if not before. And stay happy. So I'll catch you soon. Adios.